We have Nicholas Ryungu from Kemu. Karibu sana.
Thank you, Mikali.
You've come to save us. And we're grateful. Tuambie proper titles so that we know what you do at Kemu.
Yes, I'm Nicholas Ryungu, Mr. Nicholas Ryungu, the director for Technical and Vocational Education Training Institute for Kemu, and also the director for competence-based education and training at the university. So I'm the director for the Kemu TVET Institute, which was started by the university this year and even accredited by the TVET Authority to facilitate now the continued offering of technical education together with the university education with a focus of providing transition. Ordinarily, you find that students sometimes get confused. What happens after I take these certificates, artisan crafts? What happens after that?
Maybe you can even start with the difference, what TVET really does, so that we understand.
Yes, thank you. TVET has been with us for quite some time, but it has, within the last 5 years, been more streamlined, and more emphasis has been placed on TVET, though we are not yet there. And TVET basically deals with the post-secondary courses, the courses which come after secondary school, and not degree courses. We call them the technical and vocational education and training courses. That's where the term TVET comes from. So when now the education reforms started in 2012 in response to the constitution, so now every sector in the education was now streamlined. And one of the sectors is the TVET sector, which is now governed by the TVET Act. So under the TVET Act, before that, the universities would offer diploma courses and also certificate courses under what we call self-regulation. I would wake up and start my college and then again start offering some course here, there. And so there was still no much standardization. But the TVET Act established the standardization body, the TVET Authority, also the Curriculum Development Organ, the CDAC, and these are now guiding us. And so based on this act, even now a university wants to continue offering these courses, you establish an institute within the university which may be regulated. If as an individual I have to start a college, then again I seek accreditation for the purpose of regulating the quality of TVET training in Kenya.
Oh, wow.
TVET focuses mainly on skills development. The focus on TVET is purely for skills ready for the market, so that by the time a learner is taken through a TVET course, we should be looking at, by the end of this 6 months training, this person can work in a specific sector within the industry. This is how it differs with the university education. University education generally creates an analytical mind, which is rounded within a given area of study in a focus of ensuring the improvement within the learning area. In other words, we generate new knowledge. The focus in the university education, we seek to generate new knowledge, understand what is not yet understood. So not every time will the university education focus directly on how to create a seat for this setup. But when you train now a TVET graduate, we will focus on that. Someone who can deal purely on setup. A university graduate will create someone for interior design, very broad. Then now we come down to the TVET.
Okay, great.
So
I think you've done a good job explaining that. We see it. We see the picture. But have you encountered students who are not so sure what it is that they'd like to pursue? And if you have, how do you then help them understand that this would be better for you now and this would be better for you? Please, this path is not one to take.
Yes, actually it's a very common phenomenon. At all levels, it's a very common phenomenon. And one is because we have focused career purely on what we see in others.
What family you come from.
What you come from, what my daddy did, what so and so seems to be doing well, and this is what they do for living. And so we fix our careers based on others instead of based on ourselves. And one of the things which I always tell a trainee, these days we call them trainees. We are trying to actually change that, even the terminology, because language is everything.
That's true.
So the trainees and trainer concept creates a closer relationship between the teacher-student. Teacher-student is more formal. So when a trainee comes, in most cases, what they have in mind is either based on an external factor or is based on a guardian or parent who seeks to relive a dream that was
they
lost
didn't.
through a child. Yes. But the first question would always be, what are your interests? Because a career is something you live. It's reality.
That's true.
That you are now making a choice that going forward, this is how I live my life. The worst thing that can happen to you is to wake up every day, go to do what you don't like.
Yep.
And go home again. Following day you wake up to go to do what you repeat it for another 40, 60 years. It will be torture to yourself.
That is true.
So the first aspect in career choice is always interest. Always make sure this you want to go to do is what you're interested in. It will give you what's called the personal satisfaction. You become fulfilled even later in life, because as we grow old, the passions of the youth disappear.
That is true.
And that's where now you start feeling this.
But what if I chose my career based on my interests as a youth, and then later on I'd like to change it when ujana ni moshi ukiisha?
Yes, that's why now we look at, when we're looking at the interest, we look at the ability to persist. Because your interest, when you have interest should be driven by your internal passion. So that actually that time comes. You see, like we talk about when you can take, people go undertake a given course of study, you have a high expectation. Then economy changes.
That's true.
Then environment changes. When this happens, you find yourself stuck with a course. But now, if you have the interest and passion for this is what drives now you to the next level, because you are able to do something for yourself, not always waiting for others to do within your career. For example, we have people who have taken courses in ICT. You see now?
Yes.
You find that if someone has a passion for ICT, this person actually starts earning even while they're in school. Because there's a lot of things you do other than being employed. And even when they get an employment, they still end up having that passion to even continue doing the different tasks, writing programs, connecting networks for people, because not everybody will employ you. Some will only call you and tell you, there's this small program I need for my friend. Can you help? You see, that's now requires someone who has built a career with a passion. But now, someone else who found one who had that passion. This person is employed, also is doing a lot of contracts here and there, is doing some jobs here. I also want to do ICT.
But
then
you don't understand. There's something anafanya huku kando.
Good. Then you sit there, then the next time you're looking for a job, and every place you go, they tell you, for now, we don't have any vacancy. And then what happens? Because you had no interest in this area, you start now wondering, what do I do with the career I'm carrying? We have even people who have taken great careers like doctors. You find someone has graduated as a doctor, but now You expected that the minute you get out, you're employed by the government. Then you find by the time you're getting out, the county government says you don't have money to employ doctors. You have to wait for some time. So as you sit out there, what do you do with this knowledge and skills you have acquired? Is based on your interest and passion.
Absolutely.
That becomes the first thing that every young person should always look at.
Yeah.
Because it drives you beyond the storms of life. Because they will obvious come. People who have been working in hospitality industry.
Yes.
When the corona came and hospitality industry was closed.
What happens then?
What happens?
Mr.
There are
Riongo,
those who moved on. And others.
Our time is up. But I'd just like to find out if this service of guiding students immediately they come to university, without thinking about what it is that they came to do or what course they're doing, is it a conversation that is had before then? Is it on a personal level, or is it, generally having that conversation when I join KEMU?
Well, this conversation is when you in KEMU when you join, we will always take students through this orientation process, where we try to guide them through the career, understanding what is this career you have chosen.
Okay.
Because currently, every student in high school wants to be a dental surgeon, everyone wants to be a neurosurgeon, all these big terms.
Yes.
And it gets to a time when you look at learn and tell them, you'd be better a teacher than a dental surgeon. You see, you have that character.
Yes.
You have that. You have that, and
that
you can
care,
that
kindness.
care. Yes.
Yes.
You see now. So these are some of the things which actually they need to be streamlined in our education system.
Yes.
Because one of the challenges we have happens that we'll put the career choices so low to Form 2. Currently, students start choosing subjects. And this choice of subject starts now creating a barrier. It creates a barrier because most schools currently do what they call 2 sciences.
Yes.
By doing 2 sciences, what it means is that you are told choose what is not hard or what you want to do.
But that is the truth. I think
and
that
the
is how
child
we
will choose what is not hard because you wanted to
a good grade.
A good grade,
Yes.
score at the end.
Yeah.
Then now you find this child dropped physics, but they want to be an engineer. And then every career in engineering won't require to have done physics in high school.
Yes.
So what happens is this child starts getting some aspect of frustration.
Yeah.
There are those who will want to venture into sciences, but now they have not focused on mathematics. There's this thing of that I don't like mathematics.
Math is hard.
Math is hard.
It's
but
not, it's not.
Math has become that evil you have to live with as much as it is hard.
Yeah.
Because every science requires math.
Yeah. I feel like we need to have more time next time to continue this conversation. But maybe you can give us, tell us where KEMU is, the different campuses, and maybe how people can get in touch with the school directly.
Yes, thank you. KEMU is a Christian university.
Yes.
Yeah. And KEMU has its main campus in Meru, in a place called Kaga. It's about 4 kilometers from Meru town.
Okay.
And we have a campus in Nairobi, KEMU Towers, the roundabout of University Way, Uraiwe. That's where we are located. We also have a campus in Mombasa.
Okay.
Our Mombasa campus is in Boston. Yeah, we have the KEMU campus there. And then we have a center in Meru town, where currently we are running our TVET center. And later we'll also have the centers for the TVET center even in the other campuses.
All right, the website.
Yes, KEMU website is www.kemu.ac.ke, info@kemu.ac.ke, email. And in KEMU we have courses in medical.
Okay.
It's always allow me to mention this.
We really have to pay our bills right now.
Yes.
I'm sure when they get on that website, they'll be able to see all the information that is there. Thank you so much, Mr. Riongo.
Thank you very much.
We're going to take a very short commercial break, and we promise to have Mr. Ryungu back one of these fine days to just continue and finish this conversation. Don't go too far. We'll be right back.
Thank you.